Real magic celebrates when ordinary things and situations are not what they seem to be. So as you can see here, I have ace through queen of various suits. So I thought we would just group together cards in pairs of the same suit. So we can have ace with the 6, let's say 2 with the 10, that would be fine. 3 with the 8, that would be great. How about the 4 and the 9? See a 5 and a jack, and then we have the 7 with the queen. I'm not sure why I'm not taking advantage of the whole pad here and going off. Sorry about that. Okay. Now if you're here, I'd have you tell me how you'd like me to gather these. It's a free choice. So the top middle, bottom left, bottom center, top right, and the final pile there. Okay, so this is what you've asked me to create. Okay, cards ranging from ace through queen. Okay, well, why don't we make things even messier here? I'm going to perform something called an over-under. This is called a Mon shuffle. Over-under. Okay, in fact, we can do another one of those if you like. In fact, we can do an under-over this time. Wouldn't have to. Okay, that's a good way to scramble. I can do something called the Charlier shuffle. Top to bottom, bottom to top. I can keep doing this until you say stop. Stop there. Okay, that's just fine. We can follow that up with a great shuffle, the Klondike shuffle. Seen this before. You take the top and bottom off as 1. And then what I thought I would do is just deal them out in a kind of systematic way here, but with you sounding in and making the important choices of how we arrange the various piles that we deal out. You want left and right? Okay. Now a note to you as a performer, you can perform as many of those left-right shuffles as the spectator likes. Give them as many choices as they like. Okay, with 3 piles, would you like stacking from left to right or right to left? Okay, very good. We can do another one of those if you would like. And here you can do as many of these as the spectator asks for till they're comfortable that they've made sufficient choices so that whatever comes of this, they will have played an essential role in the final organization of the packet. Okay, and then why don't we deal out into 4? Okay, like this. Do you want the top row on top of the bottom or bottom on top of the top? Bottom on top. How would you like these stacked? Right on left. Okay. Now I need you to know that you can do as many of these in the way that I'm doing them here, where you're giving the spectator the choices of how to kind of stack things. Top row and the bottom, vice versa, and then left on right or right on left. Okay, now we're going to do something that to my knowledge has never been done in the history of magic before. Okay, I want you to watch this. So this is a brand new magical procedure that to my knowledge has never been seen before or carried out before. Okay, so I don't know if you saw what I did. I just moved diagonal piles to their companions up above. Okay, now what I need you to do is we're going to perform separate, and it's kind of hard to do with just 3 cards, separate rosette shuffles. So this is where we don't worry, whoop, that was great. We don't control how these are interlacing. That is genuinely the case. Let's bring over these 2, spin those, however they choose to interlace. That's great. Okay, and then we're almost finished here. What we're going to do now is give further choices to the spectator. So we have 2 piles there, and we'll do the same thing here. Okay, and now they're free to choose 1 pile from each pair of piles. You want the left or right? You want the right? Okay, we'll discard that one. What about over here? Want the left? Are you sure? You can change your mind. Okay, you do want the left. Okay, that's fine. I'll discard the other one. Okay, and then in camera view the whole time I have this a piece of paper that I'm hoping is a written prediction for the outcome of all of these important, random, free, unpredictable choices that you made. Okay, so this is what the prediction says. Your 6 cards, and there are 6 here, will consist of 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 1 spade, and 1 diamond. Okay, let's see if that's... Okay, oh, well, there's a club. Let's see, a heart. A second club, so that's looking good. Oh, another heart. Okay, we need these 2 to be a spade and a diamond. Oh, a diamond indeed. Please, please be a spade. Oh, it is. Yes. How could I have written that before you even sounded in with the undeniably free choices that you made? That is amazing. Oh, you're saying there's more here? I guess so. Furthermore what? 2 of your card value names will have 3 letters, and 2 of them will have 4 letters, and the remaining 2 will have 5 letters. Whoa, there's no way. So we have 2 card values with 3 letters, then 4, then 5. Oh boy, let's just check this here. Okay, so 4, F-O-U-R, that's 4 letters in its name. Ace, A-C-E is 3, 2, T-W-O, 3. 5, F-I-V, 4. Queen, Q-U-E-E-N, 5. And then, of course, 8, E-I-G-H-T, that's 5. How in the world did this prediction perfectly match the outcome of the choices you made that no one besides a psychic could have possibly known ahead of time the decisions you would make throughout this entire exercise together? That is absolutely amazing. Okay, so how does this work? Well, it has 1 new element in it that I have never used before or seen before, actually. Okay, well, if you begin with, the key is if you begin with what I showed you at the start, I won't recreate it here, but the ace through queen. And then if you do the pairings that I did, for example, I had the ace and the 6 paired and so forth. When you stack all of those pairs together, the mathematical structure name for that is an AMP, adjacent mirrored pairs. When you have such a structure, performing a mange over under or under over converts it to a mirrored organization or a mirrored packet. Performing another one of those over under or under over converts it to a 2-cycle structure, which is a cyclic organization. There you can Charlier shuffle that as many times as you like, or random cut. I can add a link to in the description below to the Charlier shuffle if you want to learn it. An extremely important shuffle in card magic. And then I performed a Klondike, which moves it back to a mirrored structure. And then all of the dealing into piles are in the context of a mirrored packet organization. And so there, because it's, quote, mirrored, we have the stay stack principle, which allows you to do a lot of mixing with free, quote, random stacking of piles in certain ways. And then the final dealing out into 4 piles of 3 cards each, where I did this. I moved this one here and this one here, and then we did a rosette shuffle with those pairs. That is the new element. And so essentially what I did was I rosette shuffled together mirrored packets that are in some sense the reflection of each other. Well, doing so will allow you to invoke the Gilbreath principle, which will guarantee certain properties for the 2 resulting piles after the rosette shuffles. And then I just dealt out the top half of each, allowed you to choose the top or bottom of each pile, stack those, and it's guaranteed to have the final organization necessary to perfectly satisfy our entire written prediction. So for those who follow my channel, most, if not all of you, will be able to fill in any gaps that might be there for newcomers. And so if you're wanting to learn the principles behind this effect and so many more, then take a look at the many videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel that will begin to provide you with the tools necessary to create countless card effects that will surprise and delight amateurs and experts alike. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.